What's going on, world? It's your boy King Sirius Lee here with King Phenom, and once again, Blankman's in the house. What's going on, Blankman?
What's happening, folks? How y'all doing out there today?
Oh, I guess I'll say something. The Blerds are back in town, baby.
Yep.
Back together again, man. We're gonna give y'all hot topics, but this time it's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna lean a little bit more on the entertainment side, a little bit more on the nerdy side, the movie side, the side that everybody likes talking about.
The Blerd Perspective.
The Blerd Perspective. That's
Like
it
we
right
said.
there.
Exactly.
So today, we're going to get into topics like Jamie Foxx is going to play the new Spawn. We're going to get into reactions from that, what we all think about that. We're going to give y'all another top 5. That's going to be on the regular. We're going to give y'all a top 5 every episode, but today's top 5 is going to be on horror movies, our top 5 horror movies. And then we're going to talk about Blumhouse Studios, or is it Blumhouse? Which one?
I think it's Blumhouse.
Blumhouse.
It's Blumhouse Studios. We're gonna
Blumhouse.
talk about Blumhouse Studios too. They've been doing a lot of good projects.
Because
that-
I just saw Upgrade and it was the shit.
yes, a lot of great projects like Upgrade. Me and Phenom went and saw that. What day we gonna see that? Thursday.
Opening
And
night.
We were super impressed by what we saw. I went into it not expecting anything at all, and came out just like,
Like,
saw it in
I've been
3D?
looking at...
no, we didn't see it in 3D.
Nah.
They had.
I don't think they didn't have it in 3D.
No.
All I know is I've been looking at Box Office Mojo, and the money that's raked in, it actually depresses me a little bit because I'm like, oh, it should be making so much more money because it's so good. But, I mean, to be honest, I really didn't find out about it until like a month and a half ago, and I've only seen like 2 trailers for it. So.
It's not a lot of like trailers for it. It's not like in your face as much as other like big name projects and things like that. So it's like a lot of us telling people it's going to have to spread through like word of mouth.
Yeah.
Of how good this movie really is.
Which that's what I plan on doing.
And
Word of
most good
mouth.
movies are spread by word of mouth. Like really good movies, the
Yeah.
underground movies are spread by word of mouth.
Man. But so on to the actual topic that we have on hand. Yeah, Jamie Foxx to play Spawn.
I'm with it. I think Jamie Foxx is well enough range actor. He needs to give me something good because he's been slacking lately. But I think if they do it right, which I hope they're gonna do it right. I heard some things that they may not do the whole Todd McFarlane version. They do a different type of version where Spawn is more of like a horror character, not as like a superhero character. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. But Spawn is one of my favorite characters that never really got the screen time because I just watched the old Spawn.
The animated or the one with
I
Michael
watched
Jai
both.
White?
I watched it. I was telling Sirius. I watched the one from HBO. I couldn't stay into it. It was long and dragging, and it was just like
Yeah, you sent the YouTube clip to
Yeah.
everyone, and I was like, oh, I ain't got nothing to do. I can watch this at work. And like 20 minutes in, I was like, yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just.
yeah, I couldn't do it. I was at home. And I was like, this is rough. This is because it drags on too much. I mean, I loved Keith David, the guy who plays the voice for Spawn.
Keith Davis the shit.
He's just amazing in pretty much everything.
He's a
I mean,
national treasure to me.
Yeah.
Shout out to
yeah.
Gargoyles.
Like he's just one of those dudes where you don't know, like where you don't know him by name, but like once you hear his voice to see his face, oh hey, it's that guy.
It's that guy. Yeah.
And the thing is, his voice, like, that's a black guy.
yeah.
Ain't no
Yeah.
question about that.
Yeah.
That's a brother. Like that's a question. He had the bass. That's the brother. So I mean, I saw it. It didn't really grab me, but the movie with Michael Jai White, I watched that too, and that it was good, but it could have been so much better.
Well, one reason why I agree with that it could have been so much better is because they tamed it. Because wasn't that PG? Was it PG-13?
It wasn't R.
Yeah, I would say I don't think it was
It
R.
wasn't
I think
R.
it was I'm pretty sure it was PG-13, if I'm not mistaken.
The Todd McFarlane version was more dirtier than the.
Yeah,
Then
I
the
was looking
movie.
at that. I was looking at the clip once again. Things said, I was like, oh, are these cartoon titties? These are cartoon titties. I see.
As being as young as I was watching that, these are definitely cartoon titties. Like I was more excited looking at these cartoon titties than the actual story of Spawn. Like you said, it just didn't keep me.
No,
it had
no.
me at first, but it didn't keep me.
No, I didn't. It
And
was very like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
All right. Even
Yeah.
though some of the episodes were only 25 minutes long, I was still dozing off. It's just too slow. I don't know what it was. It was just too slow for me. So I'm hoping that Jamie Foxx will bring something new to it, and the whole Todd McFarlane thing will bring something new to it also. But right now, I mean, I was excited, but after I heard what they're going to do to it, I'm kind of on the fence. I mean,
Yeah, the producers toned down the violence of the first movie and made it PG-13.
yeah. So I need Spawn's a violent character.
Yeah, man. It's like between Spawn and John Leguizamo as the fat clown. That was
You
dope.
could give me so much more.
Violator.
Yeah.
I loved him as Violator.
Oh yeah, he was probably the most standout because
Yeah.
I didn't really know who Michael Jai White was, and then once I figured out who he was, like, I wish there was more action in this Spawn movie because you fight, and that would have been dope to see him fight and use his weapons and all that. I felt like for the most part, I just saw him use his weapons and use his.
That's what I'm saying. Like that character, he's carrying around 2 Uzis. I mean, he should be a lot more blood in the movie than it was.
Yeah. Well, with Spawn's character, which one of the things I kind of sort of didn't understand is when you have powers like that, do you need 2 Uzis?
Well, I think
You know
the
what?
whole
You
thing
in my
was
head, man. I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like,
So I think the thing for Spawn was more not so that he needed it, but just he hadn't really fully understood his powers, so he went
So
to
he
the
leaned
weapons
on
that were
it.
comfortable to him.
Because he was a soldier first.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So-
was.
Okay.
But I was thinking the exact same thing. Like in the cartoon, it was like, you control a cape and rip people's faces off. Do you need guns?
Well, see, that's the thing. His powers, or I know,
Also, guns will probably make people less suspicious. They'll be like, yo, what the hell could rip this guy's face off? It's like, as opposed to, oh, he just got shot 5 times with a Uzi.
well, I don't know. I mean, his powers, like his cape, it's a living cape.
Yeah.
Like it's not something that he. I don't know if he controls it in that sense or like it moves to the betterment of whatever it is that he's doing. Like Doctor Strange, like his cape, it moves on his own. It saved his life.
I believe he controls it. I believe his cape is actually an extension of him.
Okay.
So I believe he controls his actual cape.
Okay.
Unlike Doctor Strange's, which is just like, nah, bro, this ain't gonna happen.
Doctor Strange is cape. That's like the rug from Aladdin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
That's exactly what it's like.
sidekick right
That's a good reference. That's exactly what it's like. That's
He's like,
exactly
look,
what it's
I'm
like.
here, I'm making you look nice, but if the shit go down, I got your back.
Yeah,
homie.
that's ultimately what it is, right? So Spawn has the cape, and he has those chains that are also like
Part of the
living
whole thing, yeah.
living chains. You know what I mean? So it's like you can do so much just with the natural power that you have. I personally don't think you need guns for anything.
I mean, personally, I think Keith David should voice Spawn anyway. I mean, I didn't
What, just have
realize.
somebody else in the
Yeah,
in the
because
suit
I was
that had to
watching
do
like
it.
a lot of Keith David stuff. His voice gives that character some type of depth, some type of like, some type of swagger to it. I don't know if I hear Jamie Foxx being like an asshole.
No, I
like
mean,
in Spawn.
if they're gonna put Jamie Foxx in that position, they're gonna do it all the way. You're not gonna see Spawn and hear Jamie Foxx. I'm almost sure that's not gonna
Is
happen.
he gonna Christian Bale it?
He might Christian Bale it, or he might arrow it. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna do
Swear to me.
something. They're gonna do something with his voice so that it's not like unrecognizable, so to say. They're more to what they want from the character of Spawn, and not necessarily Jamie Foxx.
But
Man,
I tell
unless
you-
he can change his voice like Bradley Cooper in Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm telling you what, Marvel set a high bar for anybody trying to take anything to comic books to a movie. So they got to come with it. I mean, Marvel right now is winning their game, and
I don't want any superhero movies if they have like any superhero movies that comes after everything that's Marvel's doing. I don't want them to have to keep looking at Marvel like, yo, we gotta beat these guys. I want them to stay in their lane, do whatever ideas that they have to do, and we're gonna go watch it regardless.
well,
You basically want to be like, we acknowledge that this is the competition, but the way we're handling stuff, it's not like do or die. Like
Yeah.
the way DC,
Like, DC is chasing
yeah,
Marvel.
Yeah, DC, it's do or die.
Yeah.
And
DC let me down
They're
so
dying.
much.
They keep dying.
Because when you do that, you set the bar too high for yourself because of Marvel's planning and what they've done for as far back as 11 years.
Be
You know what I'm
like-
saying?
Because of that, that's how Infinity War makes more money in like a 3-day weekend that Justice League did its entire run.
Exactly. It's like there's so much planning, so much work put into everything that Marvel has done to get to Infinity War. It's like trying to dive in and automatically, we're going straight for Marvel. Don't do that because you can't.
let me be more specific.
They're lapping.
I meant as far as what I meant to say was as far as like the way Marvel has invested into storylines, into production, how it looks. Give me that. Give me that stuff. Give me if you're gonna do Spawn, do it right. Bring it out. Like Marvel, it looked real. Like it looked Like, I can see Thanos walking down the street because the way it looked, it was like, okay, you're giving me that realism. Don't, like, Justice League was too far-fetched.
Give me story and character development.
Yeah, they built it around. They
Yeah.
built it around real characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Marvel is working with a pretty big check, so I don't expect your visuals to match to Marvel.
Be like,
you
you
know
ain't
what I mean?
fuck,
So
you
if
ain't
you-
fuck with that mouse money, huh?
Right, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So you're
Their money is long.
saying if you can't give me the visuals, give me the storyline.
Give me story and give me character
Okay, I'm
development.
with
Yeah,
that.
because we've seen good movies that's had like subpar special effects. Sometimes it's just you work with what you got, and if you know how to do it right, it works. Like,
Get you people who are able to do more with less.
yeah,
But is Jamie Foxx that good of an actor?
I know. Okay. So let me wait.
That's my question.
I'm gonna say
I would have to think about all the action roles that he's been in.
I'll say yes. Just his natural acting chops, depending on how they use them. Because if they're gonna use this more in a horror movie type setting, then that means he's not gonna have that heroic stance, so to say. Like, it's going to be a bit more grittier, a bit darker, might be a bit more bloodier, depending on what
yeah,
the
because technically
rating for
Spawn,
this
I would
is.
consider Spawn more of an anti-hero.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I think he has the acting chops to pull it off. Do I like the pick? Just overall, no. I think you could have picked somebody else. I think, as a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind Michael Jai White reprising that role. Because I like Michael Jai White.
So do I. I'm a
yeah,
fan.
I like-
I'm a
yeah,
fan.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan of that guy. And the way he played Spawn, or the way that he acts, period, he has a natural, intimidating presence that you don't need to put a lot of makeup and special effects on him
No,
to
you
make
don't.
him seem
No,
scared.
You don't.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx, you're going to have to do
Because
that.
I'm looking at Jamie Foxx's filmography, and I'm just like, other than Django, there's nothing else where I can really say you kind of played like that anti-hero.
That's-
like,
you know
role.
what,
And
you know
even then, he was more just like that quiet intimidator. Well, what do you want to do, Cracker?
And that's what I'm saying too. Because
Right.
like about Django,
What you
what
want
is in
like
his
that?
body of work? You're like, okay, this guy is going, because even in Spider-Man 2, when he was playing that, what character was in Spider-Man 2?
Electro?
Electro. That was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
That was horrible. I didn't get that at all. That's just like, again, you have to give me something. If you're gonna not do Marvel, if you're gonna not do the big budget production,
Like, I'm not going to believe Jamie Foxx is some like military head honcho, black ops
Well,
specialist.
I don't have a problem with that because, I mean, he's been a pilot. He's been.
Are we counting stealth?
We're counting stuff. He's been a
Why are
pilot.
we counting
he
stealth?
was in the movie like 20 minutes.
I'm saying he's been.
I'll say, you blinked your eye and he died.
No, well,
It's like, we need gas. Boom.
Exactly.
he's played in movies to where one, it's been great character development, like Collateral.
He was very good in Collateral.
right.
But he's better. I think he's better in dramas. I think his role in dramas are like outstanding.
dramas and thrillers.
Yeah.
Because I did like him in Law Abiding Citizen.
So did
I'm
I. I like
I'm
him
not
all about
gonna lie.
because he does bring this sarcastic, comedic assholeness to any role he plays, which is good.
Because like in Baby Driver, he was funny to me. But
like
yeah,
superhero
when he was
movies?
intimidating. I was like, you're
Because
intimidating. but
I think I think also the problem is that most black actors want now that we're doing like Black Panther. Everybody wants to be a black superhero, but not everybody can do it. Not everybody can be a black superhero.
Sometimes you gotta be that villain.
Yeah.
Like Michael B. Jordan. I never thought I'd see Michael B. Jordan play the bad guy because he was always just like the underdog in every movie I ever saw him in.
Once I saw him in Creed, I knew he could do anything.
Creed. One of my top favorite sports movies. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, I knew he could do anything because Creed, like I said, it's that level of intimidation. In Creed, he was that figure that I'm not going to back down.
His stature was different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that whole attitude carries over to what he did in
Of course, he wasn't going back down because he had to prove he wasn't a mistake.
Right.
Deep line of the movie. Deep line. That's the tier line of the movie.
Dog, that movie is one thug tier for me. I don't care what anyone says.
That's the tier line of the movie.
Yeah, that Jay, that like I want my father to know that I love him and I know he didn't mean to leave me and I'm proud to be a Creed. I was like, oh damn man, my father's in my life and that makes me feel.
Right? But again, with Spawn, okay, how about this one? Do Michael Jai White play that part to the point where you only see him as Spawn?
No, because I only see him as Black Dynamite.
In my eyes, yeah. I can't really see anybody else playing.
Because
except
I
for
see
Michael
where
Jai
you were
White.
going, and I thought about it while you were talking. I'm like, I don't see him else but him playing that character because of the voice, because of the aggression.
Yeah, he did a good job with the voice.
Yeah, because of the aggression in that voice and anger in his voice towards Violator, I can't see him nobody else being that angry.
Yeah, it's like what Sirius said. It's just Michael Jai White already looks intimidating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, you want to take this very intimidating man and turn him into a hell spawn that's souped up on powers? It's like, and then yeah, his voice does help because when he talks, he does sound angry all the time.
Yeah, he sounds angry as hell.
Now, you know what would have made it better for me with Jamie Foxx being in his role? If he's supposed to do Kane and Lynch.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And they haven't done it yet, or it hasn't come out yet.
Oh, no, they're not doing it.
They're not going to do it?
Yeah, at this point, they ain't going to do it. When's the last time it was Kane and Lynch game?
Yeah, I know.
Niggas don't know what Kane and Lynch is now.
Because it's supposed to be him and Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
And even though I would have hated that movie because Bruce Willis was in it.
Because Bruce Willis would have been Bruce Willis?
Yeah, I probably would have liked it because Jamie Foxx was in it. And seeing him, I don't know which he was supposed to be, Kane or Lynch. I don't know which one he was supposed to be, but both of those characters from what I played in the video game, those are intimidating characters. One of them was Psycho.
I would assume that Bruce Willis would have been the one who was bald with hair on the side, bald top.
So that means he'd
Lynch.
be playing the crazy one. That's Lynch.
Yeah.
And Lynch was the crazy one. And Kane was like, he was just a bad guy.
Yeah, he was more of the straight man.
But even though both of those characters had an intimidating presence in the game, they were tough guys. If that movie would have went through, he did those movies, then I'd have been like, depending on how well he would have done that movie, I'd have been more easy on him.
Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm just looking at it
because that's the only movie that
I'm looking at it. I'm like, Any Given Sunday, Bait, Collateral, Ray, Stealth, Jarhead, Miami Vice, The Kingdom. I never even saw The Kingdom.
I didn't see The Kingdom either. You see?
I saw
Kingdom. I saw The Kingdom. I meant to tell you, I saw The Kingdom like 2 weeks ago. It was actually pretty good.
Miami
how
Vice
was he in the
disappointed
movie?
me.
Jamie Foxx was good in the movie.
So-
It was actually pretty good. It was actually, I was pleasantly surprised in the movie because nobody really stood out. It was a good ensemble cast, and it was like it kept going. I didn't get bored.
Okay.
I mean, I was that's a pick. I go see that. I'll see it again.
Because like that and Jarhead. I remember him in Jarhead.
Yeah, I remember Jarhead.
And he just wasn't. Like that intimidation is a thing for me if you're going to be Spawn. Like he just
Like
wasn't.
I understood in Jarhead that he was like in charge and one of the main men, but at the same time, I was like, man, I can kind of see why someone might want to bucket your authority. You don't really.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't really feel like there would be like major consequences if I mess with you, as opposed to Michael Jai White. You know, maybe because I've seen him in so many action movies. My first thought is, I hope he doesn't karate chop me in the throat. That would probably hurt.
What about Sleepless? Anybody see Sleepless?
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to find like, I'm trying to give him some kind of like credit to where I can be like, I can kind of see it, but so far I'll check Sleepless out. And
I didn't want to check Sleepless out because I don't really like movies where I feel like they're only gearing it specifically toward black people, because I feel like you're kind of telling me that you don't really think that outside of the realm of our people that other races or other type of people will want to watch it.
What was Sleepless about?
Sleepless was the one where he was like the undercover cop and they like kidnapped his son and all. They kidnapped his son.
That's been done to death though. That's been with T.I.?
Yeah, T.I. was in it.
I don't know. I know.
Yeah, that's what T.I.
I just
got.
remember Gabrielle
From what
Union.
I watched 20 minutes
gathered.
and I got bored. So I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, it was just one. It was just one of the movies. It was one of the movies where it's just like I understood where Kevin Hart was just like, I don't want a movie unless that is the type of movie that I know is going to get played all around the world. It's like just because I don't want to just be known as just doing like those for black only movies.
Well, I mean, side note, I don't want to go too far in this, but Kevin's at the stage of his career where he could pretty much do whatever he wants.
Oh yeah, he can. He
But
can.
it's
I'm just saying like
He's already worldwide.
I know. For me,
known.
I'm just talking about my preferences. Like there are plenty of good movies like that, but I'm not the type of person where I feel like I see that this is all they're like trying to aim it for.
Yeah.
I'm not going to jump up to go see it. Like if a Madea movie comes out, back when Tyler Perry was like at his apex and everyone was like, "Oh, Madea movie, let's go." I was like, "Nah, because it ain't nothing but it's just to cater to black people." Yeah, it's just to
Yeah,
cater to black
but
people.
low key, Soul Plane is Kevin Hart's best movie. I don't care what anybody say. Soul Plane was funny. Everything else is like everything else is too crossover for me. I'm kind of in disagreement with that one because I think the black experience, black culture, we are a different type of funny. It's a different type of funny, and Soul Plane was a different type of funny.
I agree with we have a different type of funny, but I also feel like when we get put in that box, other people don't see our type of funny.
True, but but if you put it to the mainstream too much, you water down our funny. Like I think a lot of Kevin Hart's movies, like for me, I think he's funny, but he's oversaturated at this point. He's in every damn thing.
I'm about to say, I think that was just an issue, period.
He's oversaturated. But like the movie with him and The Rock, Central Intelligence.
Central Intelligence, I like that.
That was not funny at all to me.
me,
It was too many like one-liners.
To me, it didn't feel natural because Kevin Hart was playing the straight man.
Yeah, it didn't feel natural.
In most of Kevin Hart's other movies, he's normally like the goofy, wild one, like that just does stupid stuff. I like them in Central Intelligence. It's like, all right, for once, it's The Rock doing all this stupid shit.
Yeah.
And Kevin Hart's just like, what the fuck kind of situation have I gotten myself into?
Yeah.
But I also think
I didn't
that
like Ride Along.
Ride Along was funny to
the
me.
one with Will Ferrell. What was it? Get Hard. I didn't like that.
I didn't like that one either.
One of my friends recommended that to me. I was like, I don't know if I could take your rating seriously ever again in my life.
because it was again.
What kind of person do you take me for?
When you pair him up with these certain actors, it's just not that funny because it gets so watered down. Now I think the movie's got coming.
Rating Jumanji.
You know what?
Jumanji was really good.
I did not like Jumanji. I'll first want to say I didn't like
love
it.
Jumanji.
Didn't like it.
Jumanji was a really
I
good
didn't
movie.
Hate me
plan
for it if
on
you want to.
going to the theaters
I
liking
don't
Jumanji.
care.
And I
That
walked away,
movie sucked.
Wow.
That movie sucked.
What didn't
That
you
sucked.
like about that movie?
Nothing. It wasn't good. It just wasn't a good movie. It wasn't even friendly. It wasn't good. It was like, all right, you guys are going back to this.
My wife doesn't even really like going to movies, and she saw that movie and she liked it.
I didn't like it at all. I wouldn't pay for that.
Like that movie was so good that it was still in theaters when Sony released the digital copy.
I actually
It's
paid.
like we didn't think it was going to be in theaters this long.
Let me rewind. I did pay for that, $3.99 on Amazon. I wanted my money back. Because I'm thinking, look, Kevin Hart, like his specials, I am on the floor laughing. And
I
Jumanji,
would say
I stopped.
everything up until What Now. That last one he did.
Yeah, that's What Now, right?
Yeah, that wasn't
Yeah,
funny.
it wasn't.
to me.
What Now wasn't funny. What Now he was trying to recapture the lightning of what
Of everything.
Of everything.
he did before.
Yeah, like let me explain, laugh at my pain. Like I'm a grown little man, seriously funny. Those are funny.
See how we got down the rabbit hole, Kevin Hart? See what he does to people? Down the rabbit hole. Because, I mean, we're going too far.
I'm
Like
like
how
how
we
we
end up
movies
talking.
right now. That's how far down I am.
And see, that's what I'm saying. But I personally think he's funny stand-up. I don't think his movies are that great.
Oh yeah, some stand-ups just don't translate over into movie
Exactly.
actors. That's just the way it is. Like Jamie Foxx, luckily, is definitely one of those who translates well into Hollywood a lot
yes,
better.
because Jamie Foxx's stand-ups are funny as hell.
Yeah.
And his movies have been funny. and
Because
good.
if you were to tell me, like in the late '90s, early 2000s, that hey, Jamie Foxx is going to play Ray Charles and he's going to end up winning an Oscar because of it, I was like, get the fudge out of here. Ain't nobody believing that.
True story. And that's a good actor. I think that right there kind of like, he's a good actor. But again, going back to Spawn, is he Spawn? Or is Michael J. White always going to be Spawn? So what has to happen, I guess...
For us, Michael J. White is always going to
Yeah.
be Spawn, but for a whole generation who didn't even know that there was a Spawn movie or who Spawn is, Jamie Foxx has the opportunity for them
To make an impression.
to make an impression. Like it'd be different, like if they kept making Spawn sequels and
Yeah.
Michael J. White was in it, because then we're just like definitely, oh no, Michael J. White is hands down can never be replaced as Spawn in some of our hearts. But for me, I'm like, it's one movie. I see him as Spawn, but that doesn't mean someone else can't come along and just blow me away if the movie's good enough.
I'm gonna have to see the performance. I'm gonna have to see what he does. That's basically what you have to see what he does.
Because it's kind of like you saying how you see him as Black Dynamite.
Yep.
I don't see anybody else playing Black Dynamite.
No,
I don't want to see anybody
For
else.
any of our listeners,
no, man.
If you have not seen Black Dynamite starring Michael J. White,
Kill yourself.
Yeah.
pretty
Go ahead.
much.
Kill yourself.
Don't run into traffic.
Yeah, because if you the Blerds out there.
Anyone who hasn't seen Black
have to go
Dynamite, you
oh,
just got
man.
hit with a boomerang that I threw from my basement.
Yeah, because I'm telling you what, that is hilarious.
I threw that shit before I even walked in the room.
Well, we can go on that for a whole other thing, but that's definitely
That's a whole show on itself.
yeah, because it's so many underlying jokes and like You could pick up so much stuff in that movie.
Yes, please go watch Black Dynamite before Crenshaw Pete finds you with his hot clothes hangers.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Excuse me.
Oh man.
Oh man.
So I mean, so final thoughts on Jamie Foxx and Spawn. Yes. What do you?
I gotta wait. I gotta wait to see performance.
I'm
You
willing
have-
to give
you
it a
have to wait and
chance, but going off of what Blankman said earlier before we started recording, if they're trying to go more of a horror element to it, I'm not 100% sure about how I feel about it. I'm definitely still going to give Jamie Foxx a chance, but I don't really know how Jamie Foxx is doing a horror movie.
Because horror movies to me are like that's one of those genres where it's like you either in or you out.
Yeah, it's
don't-
hard.
it's
It's
not-
hard to be good in horror movies.
It's
no
not.
matter
It's not
what
a
your name
halfway
is.
thing because you have to be a creative director. I think making somebody laugh and making somebody scared is two of the hardest things to do.
What? Like I say, he might not be the one doing the scary. Because remember, he's fighting the Violator. He's fighting demons. He's pretty much fighting Satan himself. So you've already got your set of scary, natural scary.
Yeah.
He's just the he's the hero or anti-hero, however you want to say it. So that he doesn't have to be scary. He has to be intimidating enough that you believe that he'll go up against the scary and win. That's what it comes down to. And to me, I believed everything Michael Jai White would do at Spawn against the Violator when he went to hell and saw Satan face to face and had all those other millions of spawns. I was like, oh yeah, he could definitely take it because
He
he's
said,
like,
"Send a
I
message.
believe
I'm
in
coming
this
back,
character.
bitch."
Yeah,
And you know what? I kind of believe it. I believe he was coming
in this
back. I believe he was coming back. He's aggressive enough to do that. Like there was a scene in Falcon Rise in one of the B movies he was in, where this guy comes in and tries to rob the store, and he's like, "Yo, man, shoot me or get out my face." I'm like, and you believe that? You're like, "Oh, you serious? You want me to shoot you in the face?" Okay, shoot you in the face. All right, don't shoot you in the face. What do you want me to do? I mean, it's definitely one of those. He's one of those actors like, okay, you're way too aggressive, and you're big. He's big for the reason wrong.
He picks his roles as well as any
Who?
A-list actor. Michael Jai White. What has he? What he? You haven't seen him in a movie to where he's out of place. Even when he was in
No,
that.
he plays his character. He plays who he is.
When he was in that Tyler Perry movie. Which one was that? When he was with
I
that
remember when he was on
loudmouth.
House of Pain. I don't remember
That
him in
loudmouth
the
girl.
movie.
Let's
Why did I get married? Why did I get married? When he was with.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he wasn't it. When he was in that, it's like he played. What was it? He was like this tough guy, but he was working in like a hair salon or something like that.
No, he was an ex-football player,
Right.
who got hurt, made a lot of money, met his wife over a hair salon,
Uh-huh.
but he was like a habitual cheater.
Yeah. But it's like he
Yeah.
fit that like.
That-
He's a.
But
he's
that
a
worked
good
for
actor.
he's a good actor.
Yeah, he
But
fit
but
that role.
but since that movie, I don't think they put him on. I don't think nobody's put him on and gave him like a really good script.
No, they wouldn't give him a push like that.
Nah, they know. I mean, and again, so again, if he's gonna play, if he's Spawn.
Michael Jai White should have filled the hole for Wesley Snipes when Wesley went to jail.
Absolutely. Oh yes.
Yep.
Yes. I wish we had some applause. I'll give you that one.
Like,
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the only way I can say
He,
it.
Yeah.
he did in the
Yes.
Undisputed movies,
Yes, but still.
but he didn't get that. Wesley
Damn,
was
he's 50?
huge. He's 50.
Yeah, he's 50.
He looks great.
Yeah, he
for
does.
50 years old.
it's a black 50. It's a
Yeah,
different-
yeah. He looks great.
Black 50 and white 50 two different things. Remember that. Like I think Michael Jai
wasn't-
White
he
should
was-
play Blade.
He was in the Dark Knight. He was in. I think he's too big.
I remember when he was in Universal Soldier.
No.
I think he's too. I personally think he's too.
Nah,
big
man.
for Blade.
Man, Blade is supposed to be like an intimidating
And
daywalker.
I don't
man.
want. I don't want to see anybody else but Wesley Snipes playing Blade.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to see anybody else but Wesley Snipes. That was perfect casting. And I don't want to see anybody else playing Blade.
You're real passionate about
That was
this.
the
You're real-
Give me one other person who could have played Blade.
Michael Jai White.
Nah. One other person besides both of them. Because I don't as Blade.
There's not a lot of black actors who do kung fu and do their own action stunts like Wesley besides Michael Jai White. So you're not really gonna.
Wesley had the physical talent to play Blade, but he also
He had no charisma.
He had the acting chops and charisma to where Blade didn't have a lot of like too many long extended speaking lines in his movies, but
No.
whenever he spoke, it didn't take away from the movie.
Have you seen Wesley Snipes in an action movie that he doesn't speak a lot? It's all one-liners.
And he's great at one-liners.
I mean,
All one-liners.
Wesley told us some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill. that was a great line.
That was a great line.
You're
that
always
movie
bet
made-
on black.
Like
yeah.
that line made Blade for me.
Like, come on.
I mean, that was a
man.
good ass line, but I think like to me, Wesley's best movie it's always gonna be oh my goodness.
Passenger 57.
No, what? Get the hell out of here.
Drop Zone.
not Drop Zone, not that.
The Art of War.
No, that one was horrible. Damn, what? Come on, Wesley. You had a
Jungle Fever.
Jungle Fever.
He was
White
great.
Man Can't Jump.
He was great in Jungle Fever. He was great in White Man Can't Jump.
Like New Jack City.
Yes,
New
there you
Jack
go.
City, he's
New
always-
Jack. Look at New Jack City.
I don't think-
He's always been Nino to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's always
I've seen
Nino,
New Jack
but-
City 1,000 times.
So I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say for me, and this is going to sound stupid, and a whole bunch of people are going to disagree. For me, he's always Simon Phoenix.
Oh my goodness.
He's always
Oh,
Simon
my-
Phoenix.
Oh, Demolition Man.
I love Demolition
Oh.
Man is like a guilty pleasure. Like it's
That's what it is.
it's literally a guilty pleasure. I love it to death.
I mean, I like the charisma that he played as Simon Phoenix, but Blade, I think Michael Jai White would have done a better job.
Y'all didn't like him in Tu Wong Fu?
No.
Y'all not gonna pretend y'all didn't watch that movie.
I've seen it. I've seen that a couple times. No, I'm not saying. I mean, they're all ugly ass women.
I'll admit I watched it. And I'll admit that I wasn't upset at it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Patrick Swayze and what's his name? Some ugly ass women. John Leguizamo. John Leguizamo. From a good light, squint your eyes. Looks like Latina.
With enough liquor in your system.
No, I'm not taking a guy home enough like that. I'm just saying he looks like hey, that's a Latina.
He was in Money Train was great. Oh, I love Money Train.
Okay,
Him and
okay.
Woody Harrelson.
That was
Okay,
the first time
now-
I saw J-Lo's boob.
Man,
She
what?
was topless in that, wasn't she? No, but okay, Money Train and New Jack City, two best movies.
He was in Major League.
Nope.
You didn't like him in
Nah,
Major
it was,
League?
that was,
Man's
that
Hayes?
was
You
too,
didn't like him in
that
Major
was
League?
too Sambo for me. That was too much tap dance
man.
Negro.
Man, they took my man's bed out of the facility. He woke up on the lawn. He's like, "Oh, that's how y'all feel," and then just dusted everybody in his pajamas.
That was the best scene in the whole movie. That was it.
Brooklyn's Finest was good.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Brooklyn's Finest? You should.
I'm gonna say it was alright. I ain't gonna
It's
say.
because it was one of those tailored to the Brooklyn's Finest. It had
Well,
Richard Gere in it.
Well, when I saw
Yeah,
Brooklyn's
Don
Finest,
Cheadle.
I'm not gonna lie. I had snuck a little small thing of Crown Royal into the theater, and then whoever was working the projector, because this was in Hood ass Greenbelt at the time,
you say projector?
they were smoking. They were smoking weed because you could see the smoke when you looked up.
On the screen.
Yeah, because I was on the top row right below it. So like me and my friends were looking up, and you could see it, and then all of a sudden we could smell it. Yeah, so I was drunk and high during that movie.
Yelling at the man. Either pass that shit or stop.
Okay, so my thing is like this. Okay, let's see. Now that I've looked at his little IMB, so New Jack City definitely, Money Train definitely, and there was another one that I saw. Oh, that nobody really paid attention to. Sugar Hill.
Sugar Hill, yeah.
Sugar Hill was really good. That was like his when he had that run. Once he had that run in the early 90s, 80s,
Where he could do no
What?
wrong.
and yeah, when he's making the hit after hit after hit.
You didn't like The Fan with
The
Robert
Fan?
De Niro?
Man,
was
come
good.
on, that was
That's
crazy.
dumb.
That was dumbass.
Murder in 1600, U.S. Marshals.
But look, okay, for a while he was playing the same character
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
because
And U.S. Marshals, Tommy Lee Jones was that same guy just tracking people down.
I'm about to say, I feel
He
like
was the
Tommy
same-
Lee Jones is always the same guy.
he
in
was the
everything.
same guy.
Tracking
200.
people
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones is always that old
old country
veteran.
young man.
yeah, the same,
The same
guy.
character.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. What? That's what is? You a cop?
not my job.
What are you, a cop in 2018? I don't care. Get on the ground. Okay, what you did?
He was tracking down Harrison
like-
You
Ford,
know what I'm saying?
Wesley Snipes. But he was going at
I
everybody.
just don't care.
Oh, man. Think about it. Only Tommy Lee Jones could hunt Blade and Han Solo / Indiana Jones.
That's it, man.
That's a whole other podcast. Indiana Jones.
Ah, man.
But like I was saying, look, well, if we're rolling it back, you know, so in a sense we talk about horror movies and Jamie Foxx and Spawn being horror. So what's our top 5 horror movies? Horror, like, you know, good horror movies. Serious?
My top 5.
Give me a good top 5. Don't give me no like
I'm going to give
bullshit
you
top 5.
he wrote it
my
down.
top 5.
But don't give me that low.
That's what I'm.
I want a
gonna give.
nice top 5.
All right, I'm going to go with. We talked about this the other day. Gerald's Game. Technically, that teeters in the horror.
Which I think was absolutely wonderfully done.
Yeah, Gerald's Game
Stephen King.
is Have you seen Gerald's Game, Phenom?
Nah, I haven't.
Oh, man. You need to watch Gerald's Game like today.
We can have a discussion about that. It was so many levels to that damn movie. It was like, whoa, would I do this?
Okay, look. So the overall premise. I'm not gonna get too deep in it. The overall premise of Gerald's Game is this married couple. They go on this they go on this vacation or whatever. They're trying to get their marriage back in order, reinvigorate their sex life and all that other good stuff. And
Trying some freaky shit. That's what you're trying to do.
yeah, the husband was in some freaky shit. So he was like, yeah, I'm gonna handcuff you to the bed and do this to you and all this other stuff. So the wife was kind of timid and she's like, I'm gonna go with this.
Is this an older movie?
No,
Or-
it came out maybe like last year.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I feel like now that you said it and you're describing it, I feel like I've seen advertisements for it.
it's on
on Netflix.
I
Was
saw
it on Hulu?
Netflix.
It was on Netflix.
Netflix.
It was on
Okay.
Netflix.
And yeah, she's trying to go with it or whatnot, and then ultimately she gets turned off because they got like other like problems in the past,
was
or he
50
cheated or
shading it?
whatever.
He was
But,
trying to 50 shade it.
He was trying to. And they was having an argument while she's still handcuffed to the bed, and in the middle of the argument, he has a heart attack and dies.
Pause for a
Yeah,
second.
I
Pause for a
definitely
second.
remember the
Don't ever get in an argument with somebody when you're handcuffed to a bed.
It was like, hey, can we take these off?
Because you can't defend yourself if it gets too escalated. That's a Blankman tip. Don't ever get in an argument with somebody handcuffed to a
What
bed.
happened was she was saying, "Get me out of these," but he was still trying to save the mood, to save the moment.
Like a normal man. Hold on. Let's go. Hold
like, I
on.
still
I
got
got you.
3 pumps
I got you. Listen,
Right.
look, I got pumps left.
And in the midst of doing that, like he has a heart attack and he dies. And they're in this beach house, so there's no like neighbors or nothing like that.
Oh, wow.
And he dies. He falls off the bed, blah blah blah. And so she's stuck there. Just
I was about to say, make sure you don't go into too much of a spoiler territory.
Nah, but that's it. That's all I'm giving you, though.
Okay.
Because that in itself, if somebody told that to me, I'm watching that movie.
Yeah, because
So
my husband's dead body's on the floor while I'm chained to a bed. Well, okay, let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a good one.
That was number one for me. Another one that I liked was Hush. Anybody seen Hush?
Is that the
was-
one on Netflix as well?
Yeah, that's on Netflix too.
With the deaf chick?
Yes.
All right, I
Yeah.
haven't seen it, but it's been on my Netflix list for like a long ass time. I've just never watched it.
That I really like that movie.
I'm so horrible at that. I have so much shit on my list, and I don't watch anything on my list.
A brief one about that is so there's this woman. Of course, she lives. The house isn't secluded, but like it's a house in the woods. But it's like a neighborhood, kind of like in the woods. But all the houses are spread out because they got like large amounts of land or whatever.
Give 'em some distance.
And she's deaf, and just out of nowhere, this random like serial killer pops up and just starts fucking with her. And the
Why am I laughing at that? I'm
like
sorry.
like no,
That's wrong. Why am I laughing at that?
that's as simple as I can get
That's
it.
pretty
Like,
much what the trailer. Like he's
Why am I
just,
laughing at that?
like he's just standing behind her, just like
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
You're an asshole. That's an asshole serial killer. You're deaf. So I'm saying, man, just fuck
No,
with you.
but he doesn't know.
I'm a
But
whisper
when,
at
but when
you.
he figures it out, like that's when the movie really gets good. But no, yeah. So like she's deaf and she has to try to get away from him and all this like whole cat and mouse thing. But that whole her being deaf dynamic is they play into that really well, and it's good.
You gotta be a real dickhead to fuck with somebody who's deaf.
like once you find out the deaf's like
You really got.
do you stop? You've already gone so far.
But still, but you
As
gotta
a
be.
serial killer, do you stop?
But you got to be really.
I don't feel like as a serial killer that would just take the joy out of it. 'Cause
Exactly.
It's like
You gotta be an asshole.
They're missing something. They don't get to enjoy it as much.
Exactly.
Hey, look, if I'm
Or-
that guy, I'm like, my job's never going to get this
This
easy ever again. Okay? Ever again.
That's kind of disturbing point of view.
I'm just saying.
I mean, but think of like
I'm a little disturbed when you
when
said it like
think
that.
it's
That's
such an
kinda
easy
weird.
job. That's when you screw shit up, though. Like, oh, this is easy. She can't hear me.
We're
And then you find out, like, he
wandering
made a
into a
sandwich
weird
while she
ass
was
zone right
upstairs
now.
sleeping. He done left fingerprints and DNA because it's like, oh yeah, I made me dinner because she couldn't hear it while she was in the shower.
If anybody disappears, please do not look for us. Thank you.
Look for me.
I don't care enough about people to want to go ahead and try to kill him. That's too much work.
Number 3, not even any specific one, but the Saw series in itself. Just the whole premise of just Saw.
I wouldn't personally put it in my top 5, but I can understand.
I see what you're saying.
The first one,
Yes.
the first one more
Yeah.
than anything,
I
I can
got you now.
definitely understand
Yeah.
with what's his name, Carrot Ewers, how you say his last name?
Names.
The Princess Bride guy. Or
Oh
Robin
yeah,
Hood?
that
Robin
was
Hood.
him, wasn't it?
That was
Yeah,
Robin Hood.
yeah.
Men in tights.
Yeah, and he was on Liar.
Would you chop off your own foot?
That's that.
Do you have the intestinal fortitude to chop off your own foot?
That's what
I
makes
can let you know.
that's what makes this
I
horrifying.
don't.
Because
Phenom said, "I'm dying." I'm
that movie would end bad for me. Like I would like, oh no, I can't do this. I would nick myself like, no, I can't do this. And then
You ever had a paper cut though?
I would just sit there, just like.
Side note, so this makes me think of the Donald Glover SNL skit where he was doing a little R&B thing. He's like, I was so mad at you, girl. I tried to cut off my own thing, but I fainted just from holding the knife.
Yeah, just the thought of it.
That's me. Hold that song in my hands like, yeah.
Because you gotta have some cojones to chop off your own foot. Not like at the base, at the ankle.
And it wasn't no straight from Home Depot saw.
No, that wasn't.
That was like some
it wasn't
rough,
nice and sharp.
rugged,
It was dull and rusted.
Man, I'd be sitting right there to this day
As a skeleton.
As a skeleton.
With a nice face.
But see, I wouldn't be mad. That nigga on the floor would be mad. He like, so you're not gonna cut off your foot?
Fuck no.
I'm up now.
That takes a lot.
So, just the whole premise of it, because that whole thing, like, these people being kidnapped.
I stopped after like the fifth one.
They're on their way to their car from work, and he's like, bam! And they wake up, you want to play a game, and their chain is like some horrible
That
shit.
little damn puppet on the tricycle.
Yeah, like,
Ooh.
that's like that.
That puppet, that'll give you
That
nightmares.
puppet scared me more than anything.
Hell yeah. Hey, disclaimer, I don't like puppets, dolls.
It's all quiet, and then all you hear is the little squeak of the
Man,
tricycle.
I never
That little
saw
puppet show.
Annabelle. I don't play puppets or dolls or anything.
Puppet
that
Master, Chucky.
Fuck that. Nope. Nope.
Number 4 is this wasn't in any particular order.
No, I don't have to be.
But Get Out.
Horror?
Yeah. As
That's
far
more. That's more reality
I asked that question
TV.
earlier before the.
That's more reality TV.
Hey, look, nigga, that's scary.
Not very woke.
That is scary. Like, and half and half. That's like half of the reason why I don't talk to white girls. That's just me.
That's
half,
insane.
because like, I gotta meet your family, huh?
You said you took your wife to go see that, right?
Oh yeah, my wife said she loved it. Me and my wife were laughing our asses off.
You didn't just like look at.
You
You
ain't
didn't like give her a little side
at
eye.
all in the movie.
Nah, I didn't give her side eye. She was laughing at me. She was like, "Listen, hey, let's go to my family, West Virginia." I was like, "Nah, we good." I was like, "We good."
She hit you with the family and West
I was like, "We
Virginia?
good." I said, "Listen,
That's gonna be get out.
we
Beach
gonna
wrong turn.
We gonna Skype people. That's what we gonna do."
She was laughing so hard because it's true.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I can't wait to get him out to West Virginia.
But you know what? That movie, side note, Get Out, I watched it again recently. The undertone, how our culture has been procreated to the point where it's like it's all it is in this culture now. Because hip hop is the #1 genre in the whole entire country. Who would have thought? I'm sorry, I'm 40. I'm almost 40 years old. I'd have never thought hip hop would take over rock.
I mean, well, we made that too. But
I mean,
guess
but
that's white man's
I'm
rock.
saying though. But I'm saying hip hop, like hair band and metal and all that grunge and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Who would have thought hip hop would have took over all that stuff?
If I'd have paid attention
Then it's the
to it
kind
like
of
that,
hip-hop.
I probably would have thought that. Only because the younger generations coming up, the younger white kids, they want to be like, they want
cool
I
to
could
guy.
see.
they
I
want to be
could.
hip.
I
so
could
bad.
see it if you were talking about like for the most part like '90s to like mid 2000, like the 2010s. But like if you were to tell me like, oh, hip hop took over like exactly like 2-3 years ago, I was like, man, the shit that's come out in the last 2-3 years.
It's horrible.
Yes, it's like how the hell did this take over?
We got to the top with this.
But look, but also it's the thing. I think what it is, and just dawned on me, is that our generation had variations of music when we were growing up.
Yeah.
There was rock, there was garage band, there was grunge, there was this, there was this. All they have now is hip hop. There's people growing up that know nothing about rock. They know nothing. That's all. Their parents grew up on hip hop, white kids, so they had no idea about Metallica and Megadeth and Quiet Riot and Queen and all them bands. They have no idea about them people. But they do know about the Keshi 5, 6, 9. What the hell that?
Don't
kids-
try. Don't even attempt it.
Keshi 364.
I don't know. 712
666, whatever.
and
I don't know.
and
Keshi
and
3547.
and Lil somebody else.
and Lil
There's a
everybody.
little,
Lil-
everyone is a little.
Lil somebody.
You got a
Everybody.
little, you got a little pump, a little Zan. You probably like you.
A side note, the music today sucks. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. It's trash.
All it is a beat and a catchy hook.
Trash.
It's a beat and a catchy hook.
That's
it.
why I still listen to 90s music, because it's trash.
That's why I pretty much only listen to lyricists, and that's why when people try to defend people who aren't really lyrical, I'm like, man, get that shit out of here.
Exactly. That's why I appreciated the Pusha T Drake beef. Just side note, because of that. Because it was lyrics, they didn't give me no I make more money or I got a 5 car with 6 garage. What the hell does that mean?
Yeah, Drake.
5 cars.
Drake tried. Drake tried that, and Push was
garage.
like, "Man, fuck that. I'm coming for your life."
I mean, that's why I appreciate that because the shit right now don't have any heart to it. I need some heart behind my lyrics. And
I don't
just
even need heart. I just don't need this generation.
Yeah, I just don't need
I'd rather go
this.
back to listening to the early 2000 crunk music than listen to all this shit.
at least
nowadays.
crunk music you can party to.
Like what? Yeah.
At least you can party to that shit. Now it's like, what am I listening to? Like I go down the radio, I can't listen to none of this shit.
I miss when Ying Yang Twins was in this B.I.H.
Shout out to Ying Yang Twins.
They were huge. Like for it was a small window where they were just huge.
Oh yeah.
As a teenage boy, they spoke to all it was my truth because all I wanted to see was ass and titties.
All skeet.
God damn.
Okay.
All right.
On the radio.
We done
That's what I'm saying.
we done fallen off.
So I'm on my last one.
Do your last one, yeah.
The Babadook. I don't know if y'all seen that.
That Australian
sounds-
jank.
What?
The Babadook.
Yeah, the Babadook. I know it. I haven't seen it,
That was a good
but
movie.
I heard that was a good one.
I really like that movie.
Say that again.
The Babadook.
The Babadook. It's a.
You making up words?
It's like an Australian boogeyman.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Okay, so quick synopsis.
Please.
All right, so this little boy and his mom, they live together. They live alone. It's just them two. And the boy, I'm trying to remember, like either they opened something or like just
It was like a book. It was like a book or something.
Yeah. So the little boy throughout the movie, the little boy's telling his mom, "Hey, I see this ghost. Like I see this demon. This thing is real." And she like doesn't like believe him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Jones slowly starts to like possess the boy, and she slowly throughout the movie she starts to believe the boy, but then it like leaves him and starts fucking with her. And the reason why that it got so great for me is because it started off scary, horror, and then the boy turned into a hero and it got real Home Alone-ish. It got real Home Alone-ish.
Like Home Alone meets Supernatural.
You know, like, and then it ended. And the way it ended, it was real smooth. I liked it, but that whole like 15 minutes of just that Home Alone, like this boy is really doing stuff to like mess with this
He's a
like
G.
this demon, and it was just great. It was great for me. So that's on my list. An honorable mention. I actually had 2 more. I'm gonna give you 1 more. I'm gonna give y'all both. I don't care.
Just quick honorable.
Yeah,
It's
mention.
your world. Go
quick
for it.
ones, just
We
quick
didn't
ones.
hear.
The Collector, both of those, 1 and 2.
The Collector and the Collection.
Yeah. I like those movies. They had like kind of like like a Saw feel to it, but I like both of them put together better because in the Collection, the way it ended, it had the most satisfying ending for me in any horror movie. And I'm not going to spoil it, but just y'all should watch it.
Say it again. What movie was it?
It's the Collector in the first one. That's the first one, and then the Collection is the second one.
Okay.
If I had my DVD books, I could let you borrow at least the first one.
Yeah, that was dope. And then
Did you say DVD books?
Yeah, I have like.
That's old school.
That's the.
I
you
Love
show-
that
you showing
reference.
your age on
There
that
you
one.
go. The
I got
DVD
like
books.
I got like 3 volumes of just like straight DVD.
My man got
like,
DVD books.
I had one
Forget
too.
y'all iTunes.
I don't know where it went.
Man, bump
Somebody-
that. When the
somebody's
internet,
watching.
all I do is when the internet goes out, I got DVD.
We watching something.
As someone whose internet has gone out for 4 days before, you know what? Bump it. I pulled out Supernatural season 1 on DVD, started watching the season again.
A great show, by the way.
And the last one, purely on concept, the last one was the Final Destination movies. I stopped after 2. I stopped.
One, yeah. I didn't mind 2. Because
Nah,
2
two was up.
two tied into the first one.
Yeah.
3, I wasn't really feeling. To be honest, I didn't even see the 4th one, the one
Not
that
a
was
rough
called like, I don't even remember what it was about.
Hey,
I
to
think
this
that was
day,
the
I
NASCAR
won't
one.
ride behind a car with logs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why it's a good movie. It's a good.
The last one though,
it
I think it was
changed your
called
daily life.
Yeah.
But
Final Destination 5. I like that one too.
didn't that
'cause
tie
Final-
all the way into like
Yeah,
the
because
first
Final
one?
Destination 5 was like a prequel
Yeah.
to the first one.
Okay.
And you didn't find out until like the very end. So I would say spoiler alert, but that movie came out like in 2011. So if you're late, then I don't really care.
I stopped after 2 only because the concept and stuff. Like I was like, this, just random circumstances are killing these people.
Yeah, I saw 2.
I can't see that.
I saw
He's
3. After
killing-
3, I gave
he's
up.
killing these people, and that's what's like.
And Tony Todd keeps warning them, and they just
scaring the shit.
Die.
out of me.
when the
No,
Candyman keeps warning you and you don't want to listen, I'm like, oh well.
and it got so scary for me that all right, so I remember I was over at the time she was my girlfriend. I was over her house and I was asleep. And before I went to sleep, she said, I'm about to watch a movie. And I said, hey, look, that's cool. Hey, look, you can watch any movie that you want.
Horror movie.
Because she's going through the movies. And I said, you can watch any movies you want. Do not put on Final Destination. Like, I'm just asking you. Like, please, I don't want that playing in my sleep.
You don't even fly on planes, do you?
I don't even fuck with planes. That movie isn't the reason.
You're never
Part of the reason.
it
doesn't help.
You'll never leave this country, are you?
The times I have left, I almost shit myself on every bit of turbulence, yo. Every time turbulence hits, oh, this is it. Okay, no,
Lord have
no,
mercy.
there'd be a stranger.
You
next
were
to-
landlocked
the
forever.
last time I was on a plane,
You were landlocked.
there was this white guy sitting to me on the plane. The last time I was on the plane, this white guy sitting to me on the plane, and I'm chilling. I'm on like in my laptop up playing the game, whatever. And they said, close your laptops. We're gonna hit turbulence. All right, cool. Put everything up. And then we started hitting the turbulence.
You
I'm
grabbed
like,
his hand,
all
didn't you?
right,
You
I
grabbed
can do
his
this.
hand,
No, it happened just like this. Whoosh. Oh my God. The guy stopped and he looks at me. He's like, hey, man, you okay? I said, hey, look. No, not really. I'd love to let go of your arm right now, but my nerves are locked.
Was it a white guy?
This is a white guy. I said, I just kind of need
He
you
called
to...
cops on you?
I said, just need you to bear with me just for a little bit until we get there. He said, hey, look, man, it's the coolest white guy I've ever met. Because he helped me through this. He said he started talking to me, having a whole conversation just about life. Just
Shout out to the plain white guy.
Hey, shout out to that guy, man. He really stopped a heart attack on that.
I
one,
just
man.
want to say your lucky air marshals weren't on that. or they just didn't see you.
He done got his ass beat at 15,000 feet.
What's that guy doing?
Tased on the ground and everything.
No, please. I
Sir,
just
stop,
don't like planes,
stop
please.
resisting. Stop resisting.
Like, I'm not resisting. I just don't want to feel the turbulence.
So that was the only movie I asked her not to put on. And while I was asleep, I had the worst dream, Final Destination style, to where all my family members are getting offed by like these crazy circumstances. I woke up, I screamed on her so bad. I just woke up angry. And I was like, I asked you, you could watch anything you wanted to watch. I didn't want you to. She was like, what's wrong? I saw everybody die. Everybody I love, they died. I was upset. So I screamed on her so bad.
How'd that relationship go?
Oh man, so we're not together anymore. But yo, that was crazy. But that's my list, man. That's my list.
Okay. Blankman, do you want to go or you want?
Sean, go ahead, man.
All right. So, my top 5. It's pretty simple for me. In no particular order. Number 1 would be Deep Blue Sea.
Oh,
Not because it was scary for any reason,
yeah.
but because
That makes you laugh. We were talking about it earlier. That makes you laugh.
It gave me 2 of my greatest moments in a horror movie history. Number 1 was when Samuel L. Jackson was making his speech, trying to rally everyone together. And you've heard those Samuel L. Jackson speeches
Oh man,
before.
that was great. That was great.
And it was a good speech.
He was looking at like 4 white people that was like fighting with each other. No, we are not going to fight today. We are going to work together and get out of this.
You never saw
we
it
gonna
coming.
live. Yeah, then he's like, first we're going to seal off this pool. And as soon as he said pool, shark jumped from out the pool, grabbed him and dragged him into the ocean. That was the
But
greatest.
you never saw that coming. That's why it was so good.
Like, well, you should have seen it coming when they zoomed in on his face. It's like, why you ain't showing his body no more? Oh, that's why.
The camera told the story.
Yeah, and then when they took him under sea, they just like split him in half. I was like, God damn,
they did
so
some
disrespectful.
dirty in that one.
They did him dirty. Yeah.
And then the second moment that made this on my top 5 is because a black person survived. Not just did a black person survive, LL Cool J killed one shark on his own, like inside of a kitchen, because the shark ate his bird. And then in this entire movie, when everyone else is pretty much just getting eaten real quick and swallowed up, or like split in half and dying real quick, the last shark caught LL Cool J on the leg and just dragged him around the top of the water.
Didn't even
for
bite
like,
it off.
for like 30 minutes.
He just was just playing with him.
Like I remember my uncle saw that movie. He was like, because this was around the time where he was an LL fan back when he was like really rapping. He's like, nah, now he's catering more to a female, so I'm not really feeling this. He's like, bullshit. LL like gets to drive around the water for 30 years before Thomas Jane comes in and saves him.
Before the Punisher comes and saves him. Yeah.
Punisher's had to say today, but yeah, that always automatically makes it in my top 5
That's
just for
hilarious.
those 2 moments.
I agree with that because what was it? At the
We
end
don't
of that,
survive very
there
often.
was three survivors. There was Thomas Jane, that girl, and LL, and the girl didn't make it.
Nope, the girl jumped in the water, and literally the same shark that was dragging LL around,
Yeah.
ate her up in one fatal swoop.
Yeah, and when you look at those three, back then I was like, it was definitely.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the black, like, we was like, they already killed one, but you know they'll go for another one.
Yeah. It's not getting out of
So my number 2 would be Scream, and that also falls down mainly because, probably just because of the time. I was younger. I didn't really see like a lot of horror movies when I was like little. So like when I was getting older, Scream was one of like the first horror movies that I could actually like watch that, it didn't do, not a lot of gore, not a lot of nudity. So for the most part, I could get away with no one knowing that this was a scary movie in my house and I get in trouble for it.
I was with it until I realized the mortality of that serial killer.
Like,
so he's just a guy.
Yeah.
Or
two guys. I loved it.
But they were murking people though.
They were, man.
They were
people who didn't have
They
guns.
caught Drew Barrymore.
They
They caught Drew Barrymore had her hanging from the tree with her guts out, dog.
Yeah,
like,
they
come on, who would have thought Matthew Lillard, Shaggy from the Scooby Doo movies, was going to be a serial killer next to Skeet Ulrich? Do you even know who Skeet Ulrich is?
As you say the
Why
name.
would your
no,
name?
I don't.
Why would it,
Not a lot of people know who
Name
Skeet.
is Skeet.
My point is that
A Skeet.
Your,
I
name,
like-
your name's
that
ejaculation
movie is the
from now
reason
on.
why I know who Jamie Kennedy is.
True.
Like it
Also
just
fell the hell off.
Yeah, he
Like a
fell
bad
off,
wig.
but for a moment, he was like Mr. Do No Wrong in the Scream movies. Like, nah, this is what I do. This is my advice. And then he got murked off in the second movie. But then he still came back in the third movie in the videotape to give you advice on how to survive.
Yeah,
That's a true-
'cause he
that's a true G right
Wasn't he
there.
like the horror movie buff?
Yeah.
Like, this is what
Yeah.
you don't do.
He came he came up in that in the third one. Hey, so if you watching this, I'm dead. He's like, but if somehow the same shit that was happening before is happening again, but now they talking about more shit from the first movie or before the first movie, guess what? You're in a trilogy. I'm like, so I pretend the fourth one doesn't exist, but yeah, Scream's up there. Also, Cabin in the Woods. I'm a big Josh Whedon fan. Like a whole bunch of people right
That was
now
gory as hell.
are not for Josh Whedon, and a lot of people are like, that's not really a scary movie. It qualifies as a scary movie. It has all the cliches of a scary movie, and some of those cliches don't work. But the acting and the comedy and that twist ending where
Man, that was like way out there.
that was
pretty
something
hilarious.
It
Like,
got,
that
it
was
got
like
way out
like
there.
that ending was something that you didn't like. That ending, the
I
whole
never
time you're
saw
trying
that
to figure out what's
Never
going
saw it
on,
coming.
and then that ending comes like, I did not think of this. This was going.
This how it's going?
This was a Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Yes.
episode.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes.
No, I remember watching that movie with
Yep.
you, and I remember you didn't describe it as a horror movie. You was like, "Yo, this movie's hilarious." Like, this movie.
It
it's
was
funny how
hilarious.
It was funny.
And I'm watching this movie, and I'm like, "Yo, this is a lot of horror shit
that
happening."
one
right here.
scene with the elevator.
Ooh.
They were just like, Sirius was like, all this blood.
Yeah.
I was like,
It was
isn't
a
it
lot.
great?
It was a lot.
There
It
was so
was a
much
lot. It was a gory ass movie.
So what's that, 3?
Yeah.
So number 4 would have to be 2017's It.
Okay. Yeah.
If for nothing else, it mixed a kind of genre that I didn't think would work in a horror movie, and that was the whole coming of age thing. Like a lot of critics said, and even like Blankman said earlier, this shit was pretty much just Stand By Me with a killer clown.
Absolutely.
And it was so great. I didn't think it would work, but it worked so well. The young actors did such a great job. I am highly, highly, highly anticipating the sequel. I'm hoping that Jessica Chastain and Idris Elba get cast in this movie.
I'm
Are they
hoping.
supposed to?
I heard like it's a fan thing. Like those are two
I'm
actors
hoping
that they
they
want.
continue on because they did an excellent job of the original. Because the original scared the hell out you because you didn't want to take a shower anymore because of the clown come out the shower head.
Yeah.
This one, the clown of this one was perfect. It was if you're scared of clowns, you cannot watch.
You can't watch that show at
because
all.
this was like this clown was an asshole. He was gory. He came out of nowhere. He gave them dark, shadowy scenes. He jumped out of nowhere.
Man, and the kids were not safe. And by that, I mean, this wasn't no quick, oh, something happened, real quick flash of an eye, so now you know the kid's gone. Nah. Kids,
they showed you what
kids
was
was
up.
suffering in this one.
Oh yeah. They were when the little kid got his arm chopped off. I said, "Oh, that's where we going."
I'm watching this in the theaters with a friend, and I kept turning to her, and I was like, "Yo, they just gonna be killing kids this whole movie?"
I'm telling you, it was definitely one of those like, "Oh, okay, no buffer, huh?" Let's go right at it.
Now, Phenom, have you seen the original It?
I've seen it, but it's been such a long
You gotta
time.
watch
I'm
it.
not gonna say like, oh, I really.
If you
remember it.
watch it again, you will appreciate this one even more.
Okay, because I haven't seen the original It.
Are you serious?
I don't remember ever
You have to-
seeing
I
Watch it.
I remember parts of it, and I can remember that there's a reason why I think this one is definitely
Like
better.
Stephen King was had a run there for a while of movies. He was doing like it was a bunch of like TV movies. He's doing It, and there was like the
Was it Thinner one of them?
Thinner, the Langoliers, a bunch of other ones like that, and a lot of like
The Langoliers. What was that airport?
Yeah,
truck?
yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
remember watching that.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
He had a lot of stuff like that, and it was in that realm of that time period.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came out, when I was 90 something. I was a kid. I was real young, but it was the scenes like him coming out the shower head, and it just it was pure terror. It was meant to scare kids,
Right.
but it scared grown adults because of some of the scenes. You're like, yo, what the hell? It's in my dreams. I can't get out of this. This is Georgie. And I was like, okay, you're killing me now. Yeah, okay, now I gotta like.
Right.
That's because after he does the top 5, that's in my top 5 also.
Okay.
All right, and then my last one, another. I don't know. I'm torn between two.
Okay.
Give us
And
both. Give
one
us
of
both.
yeah, I was about to say I'm torn because I have or I was gonna have Zombieland in there, like, but then I was leaning more towards Split, and I was like, between the two, they're so different, but I hold them in such high esteem that
Split was awesome.
yeah, Split was
Split
dope
was amazing.
because Split started off as just like a psychological thriller.
What was the actor in that?
James McAvoy.
Oh,
He
he was-
should have won an Academy Award for that.
That was
Only thing he didn't do in that movie, which I wish he would have done, is displayed more of the personalities that they said. And for those who didn't see Split, Split is about a young man who suffers from I guess multiple personality disorder.
Yeah.
He has 23 different personalities.
But they only showed like.
Yeah, they only showed like four, maybe. Four, maybe 5 at the most.
the ones that were in charge.
Yeah, the dominant ones.
Yeah, and it's just all about like some things that he's doing in relation to what could or could not be another personality, but it worked real great as a suspenseful thriller, and then toward the end, like the last 15 to 20 minutes, it turned into a horror movie. It was just like, run for your life. This thing is out here to kill you.
It was beautifully done too. I mean,
And it tied, and I also loved it because it did something that we didn't think could happen. It showed us at the end that it was really part of a superhero trilogy
Origin
because
story.
it tied all the way back to like I think 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan movie Unbreakable with Bruce Willis, and which that was a good
which
superhero
I thought
movie.
was
in my opinion.
brilliant. I mean, after I don't like the fact how horror movies don't get the credit they should do when it comes to Oscar time, because that James McAvoy did an amazing job in the movie because he kept bouncing from character to character. Each character has his own
Believe me,
personality.
if this was a drama about just a guy suffering from
he'd have got that.
24 multiple
Oh, yeah.
personalities
He'd have got
or
that.
23 multiple
But the fact that it was
personalities,
gory and people were getting eaten and shit like that, I mean, it's okay. But the way the tie-in at the end was beautifully done. I damn near stood up in the theater and was clapping. I was like, wow, that's.
Hey, there was this weirdo clapping at the end of this movie. Sit down, bro.
And
Yeah,
then,
exactly. Why are you clapping by yourself, man?
And then for Zombieland, for me, I guess I've seen so many horror movies, and I don't really see a lot of horror movies nowadays that are scary to me. They're more, I see a lot of horror movies as comedies. And so I like Zombieland because that's exactly what it was. It was a comedy placed inside of a horror element, and it taught me how to survive the zombie apocalypse correctly. It taught me I need to have rules. I need to follow those rules. I need to make sure I double tap like John Wick. Yeah, I need to get my cardio up. Like when in doubt, know your way out.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you seen Zombie?
No, I've never seen it.
it's a quick like 80-minute movie, like 82, 83-minute movie. So it's not a long movie, but it's an effective movie.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's just that goofy type of guy.
And Woody Harrelson.
Well, what makes it so great is the movie came out like 10 years ago, and they're still talking about making a sequel to it.
That'd be cool.
It's one of those things where, like, don't get it wrong, fans have not forgotten about this movie, and we're waiting on this movie.
That'd be cool.
I just liked everything about it. I just liked the dynamic. I liked the relationship between Woody Harrelson and Woody Harrelson in that movie was a man on a mission, and that mission was a Twinkie.
That's all he wanted.
In the zombie apocalypse, fuck shelter, fuck safety, fuck finding guns and ammunitions. His main goal in that movie was to find some goddamn Twinkies.
Twinkies are pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If that right there doesn't earn your respect, like look,
I'll pluck off a couple zombies for a Twinkie.
exactly. Like the hurt that he felt when he thought he had his hand on Twinkies in multiple occasions and there weren't Twinkies. My man crushed snowballs and was about to bust his ass because he was so upset that a Hostess truck didn't have a Twinkie in it.
So Woody Harrelson, in my opinion, is like one of Hollywood's greatest actors, and
He has good range.
Yeah, he does.
He does have really good range.
and you did feel when that hurt when he didn't get his hands on those Twinkies. You felt every bit of it.
Like, and then the satisfaction when he finally found one, you're just like,
You was definitely with him on that journey.
yeah. Like he brought you along.
Now, that was an interesting bit because I've seen Zombieland, never saw it as a horror movie. It was a horror movie element as far as the zombie apocalypse, but I don't think Jesse Eisenberg can play in a movie, in any horror movie, and it'll be like a horror movie.
And that's why I said, because for me, like, even a lot of movies that try real hard to be seen as just straight horror movies, most of the time to me, unless they're the type of horror movie that falls into the category where you're pretty much just more gore than anything, for the most part, you're a comedy to me.
I got some
You
for
make me laugh.
Wait till I get to my
You're
top
funny
five.
as shit.
Wait till I get to my top 5. I got you on that one.
I mean, by all means, I'm handing it off to Blankman for his top 5.
Well, my thing's like this. My top 5, I'm going scary.
Okay.
I'm going scared the living shit out of me.
Okay.
I'm a grown man. In some of the movies I've watched, I've had to check behind my door, underneath my bed, if I want to sleep.
Depending on what this top 5 is, I may or may not laugh at you.
Okay, because, see, number 1 for me is Paranormal Activity. Because of the way it was shot. The way that movie was shot was absolutely genius. With a single camera the whole time, like a camcorder. It was, that scared the shit out of me. Because it was, at 3:33, you wake up, somebody standing over top of you in the bed. I told my wife many times, don't you wake up early? Look at me.
Don't you wake up before me.
Exactly. Because, I mean...
Like, if your eyes open and mine's still closed, close them back.
And like we say, how Final Destination changed the way you do stuff. When I wake up around 3:30, I'm a little nervous. Because I've woken up out of nowhere at 3:30. And I'm like... Because my wife believes in the whole paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
And she's told me, well, when I was younger, you know, I got haunted by a witch. I'm like, don't tell me that shit. Don't tell me you were haunted when you were younger and it follows you around.
So that's literally like the premise of Final Destination. I mean, a Paranormal Activity 3.
Exactly. So I'm like...
That wasn't a deal breaker for you? Don't get me wrong. I'm sure you love your wife. Any woman that I'm dating
It made me question
tells
some
me
things. It made me question some things. She's mentioned to me in passing many times. I'm like, I don't want to hear about this. Nope.
that might be a deal breaker for me. There's an evil spirit haunting you
yeah,
throughout
I'm
your
good.
life.
You can't
Yeah.
be possessed by something good.
Right?
Nah,
So I mean, that one scared
pass.
me to death. I mean, the second one was good also.
That's because you live in it, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, because
I gotta object to the second one.
the second one was good too. Now, after the second one, they went crazy. They went
Let me
a
put it
little
like this.
far fetched.
No, I didn't see any of them. I haven't seen any.
When
Of
the
them.
You
second
got-
one, I remember when the second one came out. The second one came out in October of 2010 because that's when I first started dating my wife.
Okay.
And we were going to go to the movies. I was just like, all right, we have two choices. We can either go see Paranormal Activity 2, or we can go see, I think this might have been the last Saw movie before they rebooted it. And she, all right, you can pick. She chose Paranormal Activity 2. We walked out that movie. I told her, you're not allowed to pick a movie.
You're banned
Your charges
from
have been revoked.
choosing movies.
There are times
Ever again.
when I pick bad movies and we sat through it, and I still just look at her like Paranormal Activity 2. I hated that movie. That movie was moments of my life I can never get.
I thought it was amazing.
I felt like the only thing about Paranormal Activity was like the last 3 minutes. I was like, and you can't save.
Yo, in part 2, when a fan pans back and forth, and when a fan pans back, there's a ghost. Yo, and when the sheet goes away, I'm like, yo, stop it.
I was not feeling
Because to
that
me, the realism, I think, was the way it was shot, like the Blair Witch Project. The way it was shot that made it look real gave you more of like, now I'm invested into this movie. So I think it's the way it was shot that really got me scared.
I was like, I should have went to go see Saw.
Then
She'll tell you I was upset.
and then another one for me is like they're a series. The Conjuring 1 and 2
Okay.
actually scared me. because it was one of those classic jump out in front of you kind of horror movie, supernatural deal. Because it's real life. Because the couple who's actually doing the ghost hunting are real people and real stories. And at the end, they show real pictures of the little girl who was haunted and all that stuff. So it's like, whoa. And there's this couple scenes in Conjuring 2 where it's like it made me sit up on top of my chair.
I would definitely agree. I will.
You never seen
give you
it?
the thumbs up.
Right,
I've only seen the first one, but it was dope. Like,
It was definitely.
shame on me for not seeing the second one, just based off of how good the first one was.
Because actually, when a movie gets me to the point where I have to watch it with the lights on,
Yeah.
that's a good horror movie.
That's a good movie.
Because horror movies, like you're saying, you got comedies here and laughing, joking, gory, haha. But the ones that scare me are the ones that are more realistic. I'm not worried about Freddy Krueger or Jason or them monsters. Give me the real shit. If you're sitting there, if you are like this one picture, I'm about to a little spoiler. There's a picture in the house where it's like a picture of a nice little nun, but the camera angle pans without the nun turns into a shadow, and the shadow comes out the freaking wall. I have paintings in my house right now. I gotta look at it a different way.
So like, throw a blanket over top of that, honey.
I'm serious. They had the dolls and also I'm like, listen, I'm not going to my son's room, my daughter's room with dolls, middle light, step on the screen.
Like Blankman's walking around with a canister, with a flask of holy water on him.
Hey, why you bullshit? I don't play with that shit. I don't care anybody say. I do not play with no dolls, any of that. Nah.
See, my thing is, I've been a punk most of my life. Like I didn't mess with horror.
Shout out to punks.
I didn't mess with horror movies like at all. So it wasn't until I was speaking to this one young lady and she was like, "Yeah, my favorite genre is horror movies." And I was like, "Oh," and she got me watching horror movies. So that's mainly like where my list came from for the most part of just movies that I've watched now that I've started watching horror movies. So a lot of the movies like the Conjuring and
Paranormal Activity.
I haven't seen them. They're on the list.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen
mine
them
was
yet.
more.
Don't
mine
watch them in the
started off
dark.
more
Don't watch them in the dark.
nostalgia,
That's what I'm saying. Don't watch them at 12 midnight by yourself. Hi, I'm just saying, don't do that.
If you're not about that life, I mean,
I'm saying if you don't do that because it gets you. Because for those three movies in particular, for me, because the supernatural aspect of it, the ghost aspect of it, you can't see what's going on. Something's haunting you.
Well, my thing, I believe somewhat in that already, just like energy, negative energy, and hauntings and things like. And people actually, you be like, yeah, I'm sure it's real. I'm sure that house.
Now,
is haunted.
if you watch these movies, you will even be more like, oh, okay, where are these people at? Because they're real people. And these actually happened.
I almost don't want to watch these movies.
I'm telling you.
I don't need to watch these movies to feel that. I'll be in my house and be like, that light was definitely on.
Exactly.
When I came down here.
and those two movies in particular give you that feeling.
Walk downstairs. It's 85 degrees in this house. Why is there a cold spot when I breathe?
It's time to go.
Cold air.
Time to leave the house right now.
Time to call Sam and Dean Winchester.
See, that's the thing. And those horror movies are hilarious in the sense that will never happen to black people. Because the moment we feel that spirit, we're leaving the house. We're leaving.
Well, I mean, a lot of those horror movies, like old school horror movies, they were like, yeah, this house was built on Indian burial grounds. It's like,
why?
Okay, I'm not buying this house. Next, what's the next one on the list?
Exactly. We got houses built with happiness.
Like, oh, but look at this house. It's so great in the rooms, and we can do this. And she's
no,
like,
we good.
Get in the car.
We good.
Dead people were here.
Exactly. Yeah, like, right. We good. We good.
Probably didn't get all of them.
Exactly. So that was 3 for me. Then another one that you guys probably never seen is another Stephen King movie. It's called In the Mouth of Madness.
No.
Okay. In the Mouth of Madness is like one of the greatest horror movies because Evil won in the movie. And Evil One it's a basic synopsis is as a character, a Stephen King type character writing books, right? And he's in this town just like Stephen King lives in Maine. It's the town he's in. The publishing company is like we're waiting on his next book. And like, where is this guy's Sutter Kane's book? We need his book. So they go. He's also an insurance adjuster, and they're claiming that the book is making people crazy. He's like, you know what? It's all a hoax. I'm gonna go up there and check this out. Whatever. He goes up there. The town has become a manifestation of the book. The book. Sutter Kane writes the book, and the town is acting everything out in the book. So there's monsters, so there's gore, so there's like everything's happening because he's a horror movie writer. Yeah. So, and with every book he writes, more people become infected. The more people that see his
dope.
The more people that see his book, the more people go crazy.
Oh wow, this
So-
came out in '94.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I to this day I watched it and I can't find any holes in the story because it's like even the gore was just like okay, but the whole time the guy Sam Nielsen, which is one of my favorite actors, he's like this is bullshit. This ain't real.
So
this ain't real.
Sam Neill is the guy from Jurassic Park.
Park, yeah.
Yeah, he's like this ain't real. Nah,
What
this ain't
happens
real.
when you read something other than comic books?
Yeah, he's like this ain't. He's like this ain't real. Nah, and the whole time, and they're like, how it turns out, everybody's in on it except him. Everybody's been affected except him. He's like, no, this is not real. Then at the very end, I'm not gonna give it away, but you gotta go see the movie.
I'm gonna say it's '94. You might as well.
Well, okay, at the end,
I
even
mean, I might go back and see it. So.
at the very end of the movie, he like to pan out. He's walking out of it because he gets arrested, and he's in an insane asylum, and he's seeing all this chaos around him because what he's seeing drove him crazy, and it's like all this stuff's going crazy. You see, he opens the door, everybody's going nuts. There, you see the shadows of monsters, real life monsters crawling in the background. He walks out, the whole world's going crazy. Everything's going nuts. Everything's going crazy. He sits down, goes to the movie theater, grabs a pack of popcorn. What comes on TV? In the Mouth of Madness. The last book Sutter Kane did. So now it's a movie. Everybody's seen it. Everybody's been affected. The world goes nuts.
Oh, that's
Oh,
pretty
that's
good.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those. Whoa! It was. Then I had my last two, which I'm gonna give. Since we go with 6, I'm gonna give 6
Pretty much everyone's giving 6 or 7.
Right.
because these two are like tied. One for historical reference, another one for it was a badass ending. The Mist.
Yeah, the Mist was
The
good.
Mist.
The Mist was
Thomas Jane, no.
the best ending I've ever seen in a horror movie.
It was.
It was definitely one of those.
That was the most heartbreaking
Oh my god!
ending of a horror movie I've
Ooh, that
ever
one had me in
witnessed.
it like I
Agreed.
can't. Did he just do that for real? It was rough. And then I tried to watch the
then the
series.
asshole showed
It was a series on TV. Just recently.
It was trash.
It was trash.
Horrible.
It was
Yeah,
trash.
I tried to watch one episode. I was like,
It
this
can't-
doesn't
Nah,
get me
I've seen
excited
it all the way to the end. It was horrible.
Yeah, you really can't do the movie justice.
I didn't care for any of the characters on that show.
But the Stephen King Mist, that was because the movie started off like, what in the hell's going on?
Mm-hmm.
But as it got going and it got political, it got religious, it got gory, it had monsters.
it killed all the black people.
quickly. Black people don't last in horror movies.
Black people like, we ain't believing this shit y'all trying to. Oh, it's monsters in the mist. Fuck that. Come on, let's go find some freedom.
Damn
Yeah.
white
Never
people.
to be seen.
Yeah, exactly. it was just the ending is amazing. Then my last one is Night of the Living Dead, the 1968 version.
Okay.
Because the 1968 version had zombies, but the lead character was black.
Was that Tony Todd too? I'm joking.
It might as well be.
Was it?
It was Dwayne Jones.
Okay.
He was a lead character. He was the hero. He was the guy who actually had a plan to defeat the zombies. In 68, a black character being the hero, and the fact that it was like he was the one leading all the white people into this house to save them from the zombies, and it had such a political ramification because 68 was such a crazy year because so many black activists had died in 68. You know, King, Robert F. Kennedy, which was black, was an activist. Malcolm X died in 65. So a lot of political deaths going on, and to have this character lead a horror movie was like a revolutionary thing. On top of that, the way he got shot at the end was even more racist because they didn't wait to see if he was a zombie. They saw him and dropped him in his ass.
No hesitation.
No hesitation. So it's like, shit.
Wait, was it someone from the group he was with?
No, when the cops started, the townspeople started coming to clear the zombies, and they saw his house and he was sitting in the window, he was like trying to flag him down, but they thought everybody in the house was zombies. As soon as they saw him peek ahead and he was black,
Damn.
they dusted him. So the movie ends with him getting shot. I'm like, yo. So even a horror movie, we can't be heroes in 68. But the fact that he was leading the cast was the monumental thing. So that was that movie right there. Plus, it was like zombies. Like that was like me personally, zombies are kind of like cool.
Well, he would be proud to know that LL Cool J survived Deep Blue Sea.
True,
We've come a long way.
true. And we had Candyman,
And
which is
technically-
my honorable
Technically,
mention.
Dwayne Martin survived Scream too because after like the second death, he was like, "Yeah, so fuck this, I'm leaving."
Hey, Ving Rhames survived. Which one was that? Was that?
Did he really survive? Because
What movie?
that ending
Ving
of
Rhames, he was in that-
He's
was
talking
it
about the
Dawn of the
remake,
Dead?
the remake of Dawn of the Dead. Because that ending would lead me to believe that no one survived.
Okay, he survived through the movie.
Okay, but but the ending of the movie was.
And he was just a muscle in that movie.
But I also like the Dawn of Dead was a good one because that was kind of
he
throwback.
was a muscle.
That was a throwback to Night of the Living Dead because of Vin Rames' character in the movie.
Well, it was because Night of the Living Dead, isn't that a George Romero movie?
The original?
Yeah, I think that's a George Romero movie.
so.
And
Yeah, I think so.
Dawn of the Dead, the remake was it was a remake of the George Romero movie.
So it was a throwback to that. So it was actually that was my top. Those were like really like scary. Me when I do watch a horror movie, which I rarely do, because my wife is a huge horror movie fan, and my wife, my oldest daughter, and I can't because they went and saw Annabelle. They see all. I'm like, y'all.
Bringing all this evil back.
Yeah,
to the
they're
house,
tripping with all
man.
that,
My
man.
wife don't want to roll the movies no more. I'd be glad to go with someone like, oh, y'all want to watch some? All right, tag along with y'all.
Nah, I can't. I can go to movies. I love going to movies and just chill. That's my thing. But I cannot watch horror movies. I'm like, I got roped into watching those. Like, come on, baby, sit down and watch a movie with me. Yo, come on, I'll rub your leg. All right, cool. Let's watch a movie. And halfway through, I'm like, I can't sleep right now because there's a shadow behind me. There's a dark spot in my house
He's
right
like,
now.
that's you. He was like, no,
No.
I know my shadow.
Exactly. Like sitting in my
My
house.
shadow's over there.
I sit in my garage and shit and looking in the woods. You're like, yo, man, this is run up on me right now.
Because you ain't got no lights back there, man. That would scare me, too. It does scare me.
Get a floodlight. Oh, man. Yo, it was great just hearing this because it's just so many different reasons of where we fall on the horror spectrum. Sirius is just like, yo, I don't even want to watch horror movies, but if I had to choose,
Yeah, I mean, it's just that realism horror is what scared, like that shit that could happen.
That's the shit I'm
Scares
talking
the
about.
shit
That's
out of
all the conjuring. That's the shit that scares me. I'm like, I mean, honestly, it's like because do I believe in ghosts? Have I ever seen one? I don't know. But do I want to test that? No. I don't want to play with fate.
man, 13 years of Supernatural, I'm ready. What y'all want?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched every single episode, every single season about 100 times. So let's go. Give me my salt, give me my iron.
Yep, that's all I need.
let's
Give me
do
my
this.
67 Impala.
Let's do
I'm
this.
good.
We good. Well, I'll take on angels, demons, whatever. Let's do this.
Yeah, tripping. I tell them Jones to leave me alone, and I leave them alone. Even when I accidentally see him, man. Did I tell you about the times I saw one at work? No, I ain't tell you about the time I saw one at work.
Why you telling me this?
Ghost at work?
Nah, I was at work, and then I was cooking, and I saw it was like this white, like it was a white figure, like just appeared behind me. I talked to it just like I talked to any other person. I was, hey man, get from behind me, man. And of course, it wasn't nothing there when I turned around, but I knew it was something there. I was like, get from behind me, man. Come
You
on.
know what that makes you think of? That particular person that you were in a relationship that you were speaking about earlier. What was it? When she was in her house and it was like lightning outside or something like that, and she said she thought she saw something like on her balcony or on her deck outside, and
It's
me
probably her
being
evil spirit.
like she was like she had called you or she had called me or something, and I think she called both of us, and I was like, hey, why don't you like, hey, wave at it? And she said she did, and then waved back to her.
What?
I was like, yeah,
What?
you are
Yeah,
not-
y'all good.
All right, going about your business.
Y'all good, man. Y'all good.
Y'all cool now.
Y'all good. Nope.
Go about your business.
I'm that dummy that's going to try to tell you to press your luck.
I'm gonna pose this question. To y'all. As black people, which you all are black, disclaimer. Is our real horror reality and everything else is not as bad?
That's probably the reason why I'd say I like comedy in my horror.
Because really, realistic, unless it's tied into religious undertones, like those movies I was talking about.
Yeah.
Horror movies, are they scary to us, or is it like because we're not really depicted in those movies? So is that really scary to us, or are reality scary enough?
I mean, reality is scary enough.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's like, I don't want to think about this right now.
I'm just saying, man.
They gotta.
That's a thought, man. You got to put it in your head.
No,
man.
that was a good question. That was
it's
a
a
good
real
question.
it's a real thought right there.
'Cause
I mean, I could definitely see where that could be a thing. It's like, man, why do I need to be scared of movies? Like, my worst fear should be if I get pulled over.
That's what I'm saying. I'm more scared of the police than I am of any ghost walking up.
That's what I'm telling you. I mean, that's my point. Am I scared of a ghost, or am I scared of being? To me, when you see them blue lights, every person I know goes, "Oh fuck."
That's it. It could be somebody else pulled over. Like, oh shit, there's another one.
Every single, it never. Oh fuck. And I'm like, even if I didn't do anything, even if I'm doing nothing, I'm good.
Find me a demon any day after week. I'll exercise it, but cop,
Yeah.
I can't get that. I can't get whatever it is that's wrong with some of them out of them.
Hey, look,
Exactly.
I could be coming home from a long day at work and then just see a bunch of police and I get in like, because every time I get in the house, I'll be like, whew, man, I finally made it, thank God. Like, it's a safe zone for me. I could be walking into my safe zone
That's a
and walk
daggone
right
shame.
past the demon.
When
And
you
he could be
only-
trying to scare me. I'm like, come on, man, not right now.
When you only live 10 minutes away from work, and you gotta.
But see, that's
you gotta be that careful.
But that's what I'm
Not
saying.
right now, man. I had a
That's
long
what I'm
day at
saying.
work, man.
That's what I'm
Come
saying.
on.
That's what I'm saying. You don't even worry about like you don't think about demons shit like that. Like to drive 2:00 in the morning in Waldorf. 2:00 in the morning. That's some scary shit. Because you get pulled over, you're like, why you out 2:00 in the morning driving to Waldorf? I was hungry. I was going to 7-Eleven.
I was making my way to the Wawa for a hoagie.
Exactly. I mean, who doesn't love a hoagie? But I'm saying it's like.
I'm just on my way home trying to get home to my demon, man. That's it.
I mean, to me, that's scary as shit. Because I do not want to be that guy get his ass whipped on 7:00 news.
Not by myself, anyway. If I had
Why?
a friend who was also getting his ass whooped, I'd feel a little bit better. Like,
Nah,
all right,
man.
man, hey, brother, just in the ball, brother. We gonna get through this by myself.
You can't swing back.
I'd be a little bit more scared.
Nah, I would have to be like, if it was just me by myself, or if I had someone with me, I'd be like, don't let this happen to the other person. I need somebody to record this.
Somebody's got to record this moment.
like Kevin Hart said, man, somebody got to live to tell the story.
Right.
Oh man. So on that one right there, I mean, we about to wrap this up. This was definitely a great episode. I feel like if nothing else, it kind of like, showed a little bit more of our personality.
Yeah, I don't like to be scared.
And our fears.
That's my fear. I don't like shadows or puppets. That's my fear. Like that. Don't put it out there.
You gotta talk to them, man. That's the only way.
Man,
You gotta talk to
damn right. I ain't
them.
talking.
What I've learned from my very brief viewing of horror movies, they don't like being ignored.
Nope.
If you see them, acknowledge them. All right.
So it's like being
just
married.
You just,
That's what you said to me?
you gotta just,
I said that. I don't care.
Hey, look, man.
It's
I
the
don't
truth,
want-
though.
I don't want no shit today. All right. If you're gonna break something, go over there. Like, just, I don't know, man. Give them their space, man.
Give them no space.
Apparently, they're not going anywhere. Just give them their space, man. Like, hey, look, we can coexist. We can.
You can be like Winona Ryder and Beetlejuice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We can be cool. We don't have to be beefing like this, man. I'm just too lazy to solve whatever problem you had before you died.
I
So
can't
you're
help
gonna have
you go to the
somewhere else.
afterlife.
Yeah,
That's like-
you're
but
gonna have
you know
to go
what?
somewhere else.
But you know what? That's why I think when Get Out
Nah.
is scary, because that's scarier to black folks.
Yeah,
That's why I feel you on that one. That could be my top 5. Then a Jason movie or a Freddy movie or Alien movie. Really? First of all, black people, I don't think they're in space. Way the movie tells it.
I mean, the way Star Wars tells
Yeah,
it,
we don't make
black
it there.
people in space.
We don't make it there. So reality is more scary than anything else.
Iconic wise, like iconic horror figure, the worst one for me, even though he's a total joke, the worst one for me was Freddy Krueger though. I didn't like his whole scheme of how he did shit. I have to go to sleep. I don't have to go to Camp Crystal Lake. I don't have to go there. I have to go to sleep.
I never thought about it like that. I never thought about that. That's a good one.
And I always thought that was bullshit. Like, that's just
I can't
absolute-
escape this. I can't stay awake
It's
forever.
Absolute bullshit.
So you got me. What do you want me to
know what
do?
I'm saying? Like, it was horrible. I see a Chucky doll. Like, I could chuck that in the wood chipper or something. I can get rid of that.
And again, how
I
can you
can't-
not beat
I
a
gotta
doll
go
that's
to
2
sleep.
foot tall? You letting a doll tackle you?
He was sneaky, man.
Whatever. It's a doll. I will throw that thing like Theismann.
Man, all he got, if
He'd
he's
be
quiet
under the
enough,
bed
all he got to
with a
do is
knife.
hit you in them
Yeah,
tendons
that's what I'm
in your
saying.
ankle,
He'd be under the bed, and you'd walk past your bed, and he'd slit your
Look,
Achilles.
you better
and,
chop my
like,
damn foot off with my hands.
Hey,
But if I get a hold of you, that's it.
Just be swinging wildly. Get away from me.
You heard it right here, folks. Like the Blerds, we ain't afraid of no goddamn dolls,
Shadows.
except for Blankman.
Not do dolls.
I'm not afraid of ghosts. I'm not afraid of ghosts.
I don't
I'm a
like.
little bit more afraid of dolls.
Nobody wants a creepy doll with eyes wide open, making sounds. Mommy. Hell no.
And I'm definitely afraid of the police. So that's where my fear is.
Yeah.
Like the biggest
Police-
takeaway is our greatest fear: being black in America.
Yeah.
That is-
And dolls. Yeah.
That is the one horror movie that, well, Get Out's the only one to touch on that.
Hold on. Just one. We're talking about dolls. Side note before we roll.
Before we end.
Tales from the Crypt. When they have the little dolls chasing that white man.
Oh, the little plantation dolls, the little slave dolls.
Okay,
yeah.
that was scary and funny at the same time.
where the chick was, where like the ghost chick was just rocking in the wheelchair.
Yeah,
and
little plantation dolls.
holding her favorite.
He was calling them nigglets. Oh, that was hilarious.
man.
that was hilarious. I'm sorry. All right.
Oh man. So that has been another. Well, this was technically the first real episode of the Blerd Perspective.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the rebranding, the renaming.
You heard it here, folks.
We didn't know that Attack of the Blerds was taken when I said it
The
last
Blerd Perspective
time.
makes it sound we're intelligent. I like that.
Yeah, like
It's our perspective. What we're talking about. People want to hear this.
they have to. They don't have a choice. I'm not giving them a choice.
Take them on the road, baby.
Listen to us.
One YouTube view at a time.
Find us online. You can find us on Instagram at KBK Present. You can find us on Facebook, KBK Present. You can find us on Twitter at KBK301. Give us a follow. Follow us on YouTube at at Kickback Kings with a Z.
We're coming for everybody.
Like that's where we'll have.
Coming
That's
for
where we'll not
everybody.
only have our Blerd shows. We'll also have our regular KBK Present shows. We want to entertain you. This is what we're here for. This is why we do it. Not just to give our opinions, but to give our opinions in a way that's entertaining and that can, keep you going. Make you think about some things yourself. Make you want to write in maybe, possibly, and have us answer some things.
Yeah, stay away from dolls.
Yeah, definitely leave a comment. If it's something that you want us to talk about, something you want us to touch on, go ahead, leave a comment. Definitely like and support and all the other good stuff.
We will go after every topic you let us.
Yeah, you can definitely, and definitely multiple ways to listen to the show via YouTube on the page that I said earlier. Also, we are on anchor.fm/KBK Presents or the Anchor app. You can find this on Apple iTunes, on Pocket Cast. We're trying to work on the Google Play Music. So any support that you guys can bring us, it's greatly appreciated as we try to build and grow this platform and turn it into something that most Blerds would never think would be possible.
We're coming for y'all.
Like, we're not trying to rule the world. We're trying to run the galaxy in this bitch.
I'm talking about the galaxy. You hear that? Hear that, Sirius? The galaxy. We're going to make it to outer space. I don't give a fuck what they say.
So,
we're going to be there.
Once again,
That's
I am one of your hosts. They call me King Phenom. On behalf of my man Blankman and King Sirius Lee, y'all have a good day. And we'll get over y'all next week.
Peace out.
Laters.